Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today is like the perfect time to do this type of video. And we're going to show the complete laundry range that Asko are going to offer in their new lineup. So we have our classic there, logic there, style models here, and then we have style plus over there. So starting off the video, we've got our Asko Classic range. These are the very budget-friendly models, so they are. But even with them being really budget-friendly, they don't miss important features. So they don't. You have a nice clear white LCD display, so you do. Of course, you get the steel seal and nice big 9 kilo drum. To save costs on these ones, the ballasts at the top and the bottom, the concrete weight, the weights of them, on all the other models they're cast iron, whereas this one uses concrete. But it means that if you're on a budget, you can still buy a good quality machine. Quite a lot of makes now with their budget machines, to save the cost, they keep the cast iron, so they do, the ones that offer it, and they make the outer tub completely plastic, whereas these ones, they keep the outer tub stainless steel, so they do, so it's nice good quality. Them ones do still have the cast iron bearing cross on the back, but it's a wee bit thinner than this one because it's the old style, so it is, whereas this one's the new one. So again, all nice metal, doesn't feel cheap, as expected. I think this has 20 programs to choose from, so it does. And of course you have your system settings with your different language, child lock, water hardness, unit settings. You can add and take away programs if you want to. So if you don't, say for example for me, I never really wear sportswear, I could change that and I could take it off, so that it's not displayed in the main menu. You can change your brightness of the display, volume of the display, logo whenever it comes on. Shop mode is something we don't need to worry about, and then factory reset. So if I go over to say our cotton wash, you can select the mode of the cycle. So we'll have speed mode, which saves a bit of time. We have night mode, which eliminates the spins and it makes the final spin a bit slower, so it's quieter while it's on. We have green mode, which is the eco mode, and this it means it won't temp hold the water once it's got the temp. And by not having the heater on again, it saves energy because it's a heater that always use the energy, so it is. Then you've got intensive for heavy soiled stuff, that adds on extra rinses. So it does, I think on my one it makes it do 4. So it does. I'm not familiar with the programming of these yet because they're very new, but I know most of my stuff that I can see from the outside. You have variable temperature, you even get like a 50 degree option, 60, 70, 80, right up to 90. And spin, this one's a 1400 model. And again, very flexible. It's very clear and easy to use as well, so it is. If we press this option here, you go into a more options menu, and you get things like small load, pre-wash, high water level, super rinse. Small load is new for this range of appliances. If I select it, and select OK, back, it makes the wash a wee bit shorter and it makes it use less water. So it does. But one thing I really like about the small load is that you can still have like everything with it. For example, with Milo's single wash and Bosch's mini load, I think, if you put it on the small load cycle and what do you call it? Yeah, if you put it on the small load cycle, they don't let you select any extras, and they do like a really short wash, which isn't the handiest with heavy soiled clothes, so it's not. So it's really nice that they have it like that. And then you have super rinse, which adds on 2 extra rinses. Rinse and hold, anti-crease tumbles at the end of the cycle. And you have like your standard delay start right up to 24 hours. And then you can add set favorites and stuff. So this is the matching tumble dryer for it. The lint filter has been changed, which I'm very happy to see. Before, the Asko dryers before, such as like my style model, the filter's actually on the door under here, so it was, and because of it being under there, they had a seal around here, so they did, and then they had to have a second seal on the door. And because of that, the moisture would get onto the likes of here between the two seals, so it would on the old design with the filter in the door. This one's been made bigger, so it collects more fluff, which is very handy. I think overall it's just a very big improvement. I think that's glass, feels like glass, which is really nice, very high quality. Even on the classic model, you get your print filter, so you do. So instead, most brands only have this type of protection, so they do against fluff. And without having one of these, it means that the fluff gets into the back, so it does, and you can't clean it once it gets back there. So over time, that majorly reduces the performance of the dryer and can actually lead it to becoming faulty. So it's really nice that these have a proper print filter. So it is. If I open it up again, you can see that the drum has unique style paddles, and Asko call this butterfly drying, and it basically turns the clothes in a figure 8 direction, so it does. So the clothes, some of them will go up here, and that makes them go to the front, and then they go up here and go to the back, and it really makes that figure 8 type of pattern as it's tumbling. So it does, you know, it helps to prevent the clothes bundling up into a ball, basically, so it does. I think I should have also mentioned these models are fully Wi-Fi, so they are. So you can connect them to the Asko app and control them like that. If we go to cycles, you can see we've got like bed and towels, eco cotton, storage dry cotton, iron dry cotton, synthetics, delicates, wool, mixed laundry, bed and towels. So yeah, them two have been set as favourites. So they have, you can have different extra dry levels, and you can change your load size, which is really nice. I think that Asko are the only brand that offer a load size selection on their tumble dryers, which is quite nice. And then you have low temp delicate option, so you do. And then of course you get a bit more since it's anti-crease and favourite. If I come over to here, this is the logic range. So it is. So this uses the same user interface as the classic models, but as we can see, it's got a new door lock design. So it has, and there is a model in this range that has an auto deuce drawer, and I'll show it after. So with this range, Asko have got this nice setup on display to show how the back of the machine is designed, and you can see that this cast iron, the bearing cross, that's made out of cast iron, they've made it thicker, so they have 13 kilo heavier to be precise, and they've also made it extend to the bottom where the motor connects. So the motor is hooked on to pure cast iron rather than just metal, so it is, which really helps keep the noise level low. And as you can see, nice durable drum spider. So we have so all of that will be at the back of here. So that stainless steel bit that I just turned there now, that goes along the back there, and it's something that can feel quite a lot. So it is. On other machines, depending on how you wash them, especially if you use cold washes all the time, a lot of dirt builds up around the drum, around them major components, and that makes them corrode faster, and then they go majorly wrong. Whenever parts like that go majorly wrong, it takes engineers kind of like myself a really long time to get the machine completely stripped down and then built back up, because that's what you have to do to fix it. Whereas with that having the bearing cross, if your bearings were to go, you really just have to take the back panel of the machine off, unscrew where this would be mounted to the tub, and it's simple as that. Come straight off, undo that bolt there, and that's your bearings able to be done. So it is. A lot of machines also have the tub completely sealed so that you can't fix it at all. So it is nice that Asko have made them very repairable. So they have the new door lock system works where this part gets sucked in to here and then it locks for here. There's like a wee reed sensor at the back of it from what I'm gathering, and this part presses against it once it's been fully sucked in, and then that bit locks. So because of it being that type of design, it's a lot easier to close and open the door. It's something that I find with my my style model back home. Like you can even see here, I have to give it quite a bit of a tug to get the old style door lock out, as you can see. Whereas with this one, it's nice and easy to open. No need to, really pull it. And then with the tumble dryer here, so this model comes with, if I open it up, again, same user interface, but this comes with bundle guard. And basically whenever the load balls up, we know what happens. We don't like it, so we don't, because the outside of the load is dry and then the middle isn't. So Asko have designed these machines to prevent that, where it's able to measure by the humidity levels. If it detects low humidity, then it will stop and it will reverse the drum to get the load all untangled, and then it'll go forward again, so it will. And then if it's still tangled, it'll keep on doing that, so it will until it gets untangled. So it's a really handy thing to have. Part of me thinks these might have some sort of steam thing. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I can't. But again, print filters all the same, very high quality. So it is. You can see that this set has been paired here with the vented drying cabinet, so it has. And I didn't actually think that these would have been as popular as what I've been told. But it means, like, if you're in UK, Northern Ireland like us, and it's been a really rainy day, rather than you putting your coats and whatever in the hot press, you can just stick them in the drying cabinet and it keeps them nice and fresh and nice and dry. Asko have this display here, so they have where I can tell you all about the washing machine. So I'll show it. So I will. So you can see that's what it's like in the internal. We can see about so again, like you can see your bearing cross there, motor there, which is attached onto here at the bearing cross at the bottom, drum spider spindle, and then you've got your pulley and your belt. If we go to our suspension now, as you can see, it's got 4 heavy-duty shock absorbers. So it does. Normal shock absorbers typically have like a plastic outside of them, so they do, and then there's like a wee bit that goes up, and then there's a wee hole for a screw to go in. Whereas these ones are bolted down to the bottom of the base. The vibrations all get absorbed by the base, so they do. And you can see, of course, the cast iron leads too on all on the Logic, the Style, and the Style Plus over there. if we go to our steel seal, because you probably noticed already that they all don't have a door seal rubber bellows, so they don't. And that's because with the rubber bellow, it attracts mold bacteria. If I come out here, Asko have done this really nice display thing, and I didn't even know about this, but the way that they've done it is that this is actually what a door seal looks like underneath a microscope, so you can see all the bacteria that's on it, so it is. Even see bits of hairs and stuff. See how they've designed. What? I saw it after. So that's why they've got the steel seal like that. It means that things can't get sucked down between the drum gap, and it just makes it more hygienic wash. But of course you still need your drum cleans and stuff. And there you can see how the quattro construction's all done and how it all splits apart. So it does, so like you have your front plate of the drum, that plate attaches to there. There's a metal ring around it, which keeps it all held together. And then there's the back of the the back of the tub, back of the drum there, and then so the spider's on that bit there, so it is, and then of course your spider and your pulley wheel. So I think it's now time for me to go on to the style models. The style ones have everything that the Logic one has, except you get a full touch TFT touch screen with it. So you do. As you can see, this one has been, that's a child lock, so it is. If I turn it on, you get plenty of cycles, so you do. I think I actually forgot to talk about the washing machine over there has a thing called steam disinfection, and I'll talk about it with this one, so I will too. So it has easy view mode, and if you turn that off, you can see now that the programs are being shown to me in a lot more detail. So it means that if you want to keep it simplified, you can have easy view, and you can just start a wash like that. So you can, or you can have the what do you call it? Or you can go into it. So you can see on this display here, it's showing you how the machine will run through the cycle and how it will count down. So it has your cycle progress indicator, it tells you your spin speed while it's on, the wash name and the temperature. Then it'll come up with door unlocking once it's done. And there, that's the washing done. So it's really nice that they have the cycle progress indicator and stuff. Whenever it's in natural use, I presume it'll probably change with washing, rinse and spinning. So it will. But yeah, as you can see, you've got a lot of cycles. I believe this has 28 different washes on it. So it does. Including anti-allergy cycles. So if I go to, so we've got mixed synthetics, coloured, white. If I go onto our cotton wash, I can press on this again, and it'll go me and it will tell me the full program details. And this is where you can change stuff. So like you can change your mode. We've seen with the other one, everyone had green, night, speed, intensive. This one's the same, so it has all the same stuff in terms of mode. So So I can put it on speed if I want to. Again, you can change your temperature. You can do it with either the dial or you can scroll and swipe. So you can, a bit like you're using a phone. Same with the spin. So this one's an auto dose model. So it is, and you can see Asko have changed their auto dose design so that it's now in the drawer. So it is. Beforehand they had a detergent drawer like this, where they had two wee flaps here, and you had pulled out the drawer and poured your auto dose detergent into that, and it flowed into a tank in the bottom of the machine. But they've changed it to be more user friendly. But it also feels safe, as you can see, because you have a manual main wash and a manual softener, which is absolutely fantastic. Those of you who know me, you'll know I do not like auto dose, so I don't. It's something that I never really use, so it's not, and it just makes life a bit awkward for me because I use all different types of detergents depending on the mode that I'm washing. So it's really nice that they've added a proper manual dispenser for this, unlike some which only have a main wash compartment. Again, we've got small load, steam sanitize, which adds on the steam phase. You can only use pre-wash on these ones with the auto dose turned on. But they do make a style model that won't be auto dose, that's just all manual dose. Then you have zipper rinse, high water level, rinse and hold, anti-crease, dry end, and save favourite. So again, of course you've got Wi-Fi. You can link the washing machine to the tumble dryer, so you can. It tells you eco stats for your previous, up to your previous 6 cycles in the last run cycle, and it shows you even more through the app. Again, there you go about the eco meter start. And then of course you've got your big setting menu, such as machine status, program management. Goes really easy, look. If I tap on that, I can move where I want this cycle to be on the actual cycle selection screen. So cool. Reset it, logo type, if it comes on. I think these come on to display the northern lights, so they do. Again, we've got a lot of different languages, so you do to select from. Water hardness for the auto dose, temperature unit, liquid unit, weight unit, shot mode, factory reset. So this is the matching tumble dryer. As you can see, we've got a drum light now in it too. All the tumble dryers have an inverter motor, so they do, but something that they've done with this is that they've actually made these holes at the back larger, and again there's more airflow for it, so it means that the drying can be done quicker on these, and the drum doesn't have to turn as fast either, so it's saving more energy, so it is. Again, it's got the same print filter as the other ones, so it has. Again, you have water container here, but you can have a drain down a standpipe at the back if you have that set up, like me in my shed. I'm going to put this on to English. See there, all your cycles I think this is the only tumble dryer I've seen with a drum sanitized cycle. So it is. It uses steam to keep the drum hygienically fresh. So it does. So I'm pretty sure. So this one has steam. I'm pretty sure that one has steam over there, but the wee classic one doesn't. Which of course makes total sense. This has got a new quick pro cycle, which dries the load in a faster time. I presume it will do a fast rotation so that even more air flows to the front, hence increasing drying speed. If I go on here and press I, it tells me what each of the programs for and max weight that it can take for that cycle. So if I go on the cotton and go into it, again it has the easy view look like the washing machine, so it does. Disinfection mode. So I think that Cornella, isn't disinfection mode steam?
Say again?
Is disinfection for steam on it? Really?
I mix it up. Yes, this is a steam puff.
Yeah.
And then disinfection. No. Here it's a steam puff.
Okay.
When we do disinfection option.
Yeah.
But here it's only a higher temperature.
Okay.
Because in the end the steam puff didn't produce the
Enough.
expected results.
Yeah.
So increased temperature feels better.
Yeah. Thank you. There you go, that's the disinfection done. And then you've got delicate. And then you've got, of course, your load size, dry level. Very simple and nice. Of course, you've got your dry.
Yeah, my feet.
So this is the taller drying cabinet because this one has the basket here. So you do. So this is the other style model. As you can see, it's in a graphite black. So it is. They also offer it in white. So this one also has the auto dose. But I won't go over it too much, so I won't, because it's the exact same as that washing machine over there. So it is. And then that's how you control the drying cabinet there. I don't understand any of this, and I've never used a drying cabinet before. So if I come over here, we have finally got our style models, Style Plus. So you can see the drying cabinet now has TFT screen. So it has. So this washing machine has literally everything that you could possibly want. It has the same type of display as. Oops. I didn't mean to press that. Let's see. If I go over. Push. So this washing machine here has Asko's Pro Wash system. So it does, and what the Pro Wash does, it takes the water from the bottom and it recirculates it to the very top of the drum. So it does, and the water sprays out up through here and through the paddles. So it does, and that helps wet the load faster and really gets all the detergent mixed up. But something else that they've added to this model is something, if I scroll over in the settings, it's something called Air Shower. And what Air Shower does, from from what I'm guessing, it has like a wee air generator thing down in the bottom, so it does. And that pumps up air through the bottom of the drum. And again, that helps mix the detergent up. And they said it also helps against lime scale and stuff, so it does. But I think it's mostly to mix up, get the detergent all used and mixed up. This model also has a turbidity sensor, so it does to measure how much detergent residues in the rinse water. And it also has hot and cold fill. But yeah, it has basically everything you need. Brilliant. Again, we're at a public event. But yeah. So if I come out of that back, I'm going to put this on the normal view. These are all those the Style Plus models. W7096. You can get it in white, you can get it in the black there, and you can get it in the titanium stainless steel over there. And the titanium one's coming to the UK in February, so it is. So you can see you've got all your cycles there. This one has 29 cycles. So it does. Including like waterproofing, anti-allergy rinse, spin, drum cleaning. The displays on these are really responsive too. If I go over to cotton, got intensive, speed, default, and night. So I think all the modes are the same across all the range. So they are, and it's the same with like the temperature selection. But once you get to like the logic and go up, you get a 1600 spin. Asko used to do 1800, so they did. My style model at home does 1800. But the reason that they've dropped it to 1600 for this new lineup is because it consumes, it has to give the motor so much power. Whenever my one does 1800 at home, it takes in like 800 watts of power. So it does, whereas like a 1600 spin, it only takes in like 400, 500 watts. And the dryers are heat pumped now, so they use very little energy anyway. So there's no point taking in so much power to get like 1 or 2% of the remaining moisture out on the spin cycle. But I know it is a bit of a shame for us because we absolutely love the spin. But hey ho, it does make sense. Of course, you've got your auto dose there, so you have. And that must be where you can change your dosing levels and stuff. Got small load, steam sanitize, which like Panola said there, it gives in a puff of steam. So these must have a proper steam generator on them, which if that is genuinely the case, very, very few machines have a steam generator. Or maybe it's just the case that it heats up a wee bit of water at the bottom. Actually, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Maybe it doesn't have a steam generator and I'm just going off on a tangent. But yeah. And then this is the Tumble dryer. And this one definitely has a steam generator, so it does. The lint filter down here was the exact same design. This one's self-cleaning, so it is. So it pours the water onto the filter, so it does. It helps it keep clean for a bit longer, so you don't have to clean it as often. But what's really nice is that it's still removable. A lot of the other brands who do a design like this, they make it so that the front of it is completely sealed up. So they do, so you can't access it. And the reality is the fluff's always going to be back there, whether it's self-cleaning or not. So it is really nice that you can still gain access to that. Again, the Tumble dryer has a really nice drum light. Again, you get bundle guard, fast drying, 20 years of use. Proper metal drum. 2 gain inverter motor. That design there is based on the washing machine drum, so it is there. I'm very happy to see they have a delicate wash now, because I didn't before. So you've got just the same default disinfection delicate load size. So yeah, this one has a steam generator on it, so it does. It takes the water from the cruise and it filters it, and then it heats it up in the wee generator. So it does, and it puffs the steam onto the cruise. So it does, but it's only the Style Plus model that has that. Asko offer a lot of different hidden helpers too, so that you can get like the full laundry care platform in 0.74 what was it, cubic meters of space. So like you can really fit all of this into like a tiny cupboard pretty much. And then of course like there's your iron board. But of course they do offer different ones, such as the baskets over there, or you can get pedestals. Maybe I don't have it. No, I know that. I know. I don't know. But yeah. All very sleek and stylish. So there's the model for this one here. Model for the tumble dryer. Yeah. I've got the model for this washing machine here. Model for the tumble dryer. Then model for the drying cabinet. I think I showed it, didn't I? Got a lighting all inside too. Model for this one. I'll quickly show the tumble dryer on this, as I don't think I've done it. So you can see there, a lot of them, they don't have this part, so they don't at all. So all the fluff that's going past that. So if we touch it again, so as you can see there that all of this fluff here is going straight past that and into the evaporator on other dryers, and then it builds up and builds up. You probably would have seen it with my Grundig. See if that didn't have any of that. It just had 2 filters in the door, and then you had the clean fins every once in a while. Yeah, I can't remember, I forgot the model number of them ones. No, I'm going to do that one time. What's the style? Yeah. Empty drying cabinet.
Because that setting is a nice
Then there's a person over at the other one's W1094. W, I think that's the full model number of it. But yeah, that's us. I hope this helped you, because I know it can be quite hard to find decent shops and stuff, so it can, especially if you're in the UK like myself. But there we are. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.